Hi everybody, the purpose of this video is to give you a overview of the gradebook in Schoology and the settings that are available to you. Many of you may have already started using your gradebook, so it may look a little bit different. This is a brand new course that has not been adjusted at all with any settings. So I want to point out in the first column here, you have the gradebook. We're going to go ahead and look in there, and we're going to take a look at the different setup options. So I'm going to click this tab where it says grade setup, and I want to point out a couple things to you. The first thing right here is your grading categories. So these grading categories are the same categories that you'll be using in eSchool. You want to say, like, if you have a homework category in eSchool, you want to make sure you have a homework category in Schoology. If you have a classwork category, you want to make sure that you hit the add button and you just type in classwork. Whatever the title is in eSchool, you want to make sure that it's the same here. And we'll go in depth in this a little bit more as we go through this module, but I just wanted to put that out there to make sure that they match up. So these categories are basically the same exact ones that you have in eSchool, and you just hit the add button to add more. These grading periods right here, these are ones that are already generated for you from the eSchool sync. So these are set up based on the courses that you teach in your building, and whether that's marking period or whether that's trimesters, it's dependent upon where you teach and how it's set up in your building. Final grade settings here, it can be numeric, it can be any of these grading scales set up. You can do rounding. Make sure you look at these question marks so you can read what it does if it's checked. Adding the grading columns to the gradebook, you can go ahead and set that up. Remember looking at the question mark. And you always want to make sure that these two features are turned off so that the averaging only takes place in Home Access Center and not in the Schoology gradebook. So I'm going to go ahead and save that setting right there because we've got the category and we've got the turned off the averaging. This column right here are the grading scales that you'll be using. So if you have a specific grading scale that you want to create, you hit add. You can add a new scale or a new rubric right from the screen, or you can also add the rubric from the actual assignment. But you can click and see, since this is brand new, there's no rubrics there, but you can adjust them very easily here. So this is an overview of the grade setup features in Schoology. Oh, real quick, before I go, I want to show you one more thing. Copy settings. Once you get a course set up and you want to copy it to another course, you can certainly do that by hitting copying the settings. You can copy the categories, the grading scales, and the rubrics, and you can select whatever course you want to copy those to. And that'll save you some time as you're going ahead and getting your courses set up. Thanks.